Last month, I made an effort to be more active in programming challenges. Taking part in the Leak Code March 2021 challenge has inspired this video. When getting into computer science, the question is always, what is the first programming language you should learn? Well, in this video, I will, perhaps controversially, argue why this programming language should not be Python, coming from a person whose first programming language was Python. Disclaimer, of course, Python has its own benefits and merits, but I will not be arguing for that standpoint in this video. So, the main points of discussion will be interpreted versus compiled languages, dynamically versus statically typed languages, program efficiency, programming principles, technical expertise, competitive programming, and runtime errors. Firstly, time and space efficiency. Again, Python is already a profound language, and I'm sure by now that you have heard of the advantages of coding in Python, and that's not what this video will be exploring. The first reason why you shouldn't learn Python is relative time and space efficiency compared to other programming languages. Python code as an interpreted language has a slow execution. This is especially a pain for larger projects where this difference in speed is more noticeable. Additionally, Python is dynamically typed, which means that the data type of variables are not declared in advance. Not only does this slow execution, as it needs to decide which variable's data type is during runtime, but as a budding computer scientist and/or software engineer, I believe that declaring data types is an important aspect of writing code. It forces you to carefully consider data types for your code, as well as minimizing runtime and logical errors, saving debugging time. Also, Python isn't memory efficient. These two facts highlight that Python isn't a good choice if you want to start a path of competitive programming. Next, programming principles. Another key reason why you probably shouldn't begin your coding journey with Python is that Python heavily removes the complexities of code it interacts with a computer system. Well, you may argue that this is a good thing for someone getting into computer science, and it can be at times. But from experience, I can say that this creates an issue when you need to start becoming a more confident programmer, but you lack an understanding of what's actually going on with your code, such as knowledge about references and pointers. On top of this, Python's inbuilt structures take liberties that can cause a person not to pick up key programming principles. Examples of this include the fact that Python does not have built-in arrays and generalizes all arrays as lists, instead removing the core principle of an array. Unlike programming languages such as C++, Python does not distinguish between procedures and functions, generalizing both subroutines as def. I believe that it is more effective and interesting for you to pick up knowledge of these principles by actually using them while coding, rather than coding in Python and learning these facts from a textbook. So, what should you learn instead? This section will be a brief, as the aim of the video is not to persuade you to learn a specific language. However, some alternatives to Python, which are still high level and relatively easy to learn, include Java and C#. Don't let this video stop you from learning Python. It's a good way to get started coding, but consider the points I have made in this video. To sign off, I hope this video gave you an interesting insight into the disadvantages of learning Python. Feel free to leave a comment about what you think or any defenses for learning Python. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, subscribe, and check out my other videos. Until next time, bye.